You are at work 5 years from now. The president of your company asks everybody to gather in the conference room. You go there and you look around. You see people you work with for a long time. Some of them are probably your friends. There are people different age, different gender. Some of them you probably wish were not part of your company, right? And then you hear your president. Make sure you create group of 3 for a group activity. You look around the room and you make eye contact with your friend. You signal to each other, we're going to be in the same group. Another friend come over and you think to yourself, I have a pretty good group here. And then you hear the president again. Make sure your group are inclusive. And you stop and you wonder, inclusive? I mean, you heard about diversity and inclusion, but what does it mean? Diversity is adding to your group people that are different than you. People that may look different. They come from a different background. Maybe different gender, different age. Inclusion is making those people feel belong. Feel that they are part of your group. Listening to them. Value their opinion. This cup of milk represents corporate America, many organizations, even this institution. Here in the state of Wisconsin, there are over 80% of the population is actually Caucasian white. This chocolate syrup represents diversity. Think about people of different generations, generation X, Z, and Y, people of different gender, different sexual orientation, maybe veteran, people with disability. It's not that companies do not add diversity. Many of them do. The problem is what? Diversity sits at the bottom. You don't get inclusion until you actually mix it up. And when you do, you get something quite different. In this case, the chocolate milk. Diversity is the mix. Inclusion is making the mix work. So let me ask you a question here. Can we have diversity without inclusion? Think about it for a second. If you follow so far, the answer is yes. Of course you can. Think, for example, if you are tasked to create dinner tonight, to create salad. You cut some vegetables, you put them together on a plate, you have some diversity, but you won't get the salad until you actually mix it up. And that's inclusion. So why is it important? There are many reasons why. I'm going to talk about 4 of them. First, diversity and inclusion is the ethical and the moral thing to do. People have the right to feel included. People want to feel part of something bigger. It's the ethical thing to do. Title 7 of the US Civil Rights Act law actually prohibits discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The second reason relates to making better decision making. When you add in diversity and inclusion to your group, you actually make better decisions. Think about it. You bring people that are different. They see the world in a different way. You can know better, you can understand better, you can make better decisions. And then there is, of course, a social reason, demographics. As many of you know, the US population is changing. Only 25 years from now, in year 2045, we will become a minority-majority country. Let me repeat that. A minority-majority country. What does it mean? It means that we're going to have more minority people than people from the Caucasian majority. Another interesting research item, some estimates indicate that 30 years from now, by year 2050, 1 out of every 3 Americans will be Hispanic, Latino. How is it going to affect all of us? Don't we want those people to be part of our group? Don't we want to be more inclusive? And the final reason here is economics. In recent years, there have been a lot of research about whether diversity and inclusion can make companies more successful, more profitable. For example, McKinsey research from 2015 showed that companies that have gender diversity, that is, they have both men and women, they actually make 15% more profits. What if you add ethnic diversity, people from different culture, then profits go up 35%. So through ethics, through decision-making, through social aspect and demographic and through economics, we can all improve our life through diversity and inclusion. Now you may think to yourself, I'm not somebody who decides who joined to the group. I'm not a CEO of a company. I'm not a president. I'm not even part of HR. I mean, what can I do? And my argument is each and every one of us can do a lot to increase diversity and help turn diversity into inclusion. I'll give you some examples. First thing you can do is open yourself up. Listen. Talk with other people that are different than you. Maybe they look different than you. They talk differently. They come from a different culture. Learn about them, learn about their food, listen to the music. If you can, go visit their countries. You learn a lot from it. A few months ago, a group of Japanese students here at Lakeland approached me. They asked me, will I be able to be their faculty advisor for this new club they're creating, the Japanese Association. The idea behind the club was to help and learn and teach people about Japan, its culture, its food, its tradition, its history. And one of the first questions I asked was, will this club be open to people that are not Japanese? And when they said yes, that was an easy call for me. Of course. Why not? I mean, I'm not Japanese, I haven't been to Japan, I don't speak Japanese, but the opportunity to learn about a different country, to communicate and learn and collaborate with people that I hadn't had the opportunity to do before. Some of them sit in my classes, of course. And that club has been very successful. Another thing you can do is expose your blind spot. And what I mean by blind spot is those things that you may be not inclusive as you think we are. Many of us, we think we are very inclusive, but we actually discriminate sometimes without even knowing, without being aware of it. And sometimes when somebody make you believe, make you see that you're actually discriminating, that's when you can change your behavior and do something about it. A few years ago, I worked as a manager in a corporation in Florida. It was a sunny day in Florida. Actually, most days in Florida are sunny, especially here in the Wisconsin winter. And I was gathering my team in my office. They were sitting around and we were talking about assignments and tasks and what was done for the week. And then I was talking about an event. I needed somebody to help me organize an event for the company, and I was talking about what my expectation, my perception. And then one of my team members, a lady, stopped me and said, "How come you only look at the women? Why don't you look at the men?" And I was confused and I asked her, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Since you start talking about this event and the help you need, you only look at this side of the room when the women sit. And the boys who sit over there, why don't you look at them? Don't you think a boy can do it?" And then it hit me. I had a blind spot. I never thought about it before. I don't know where it came from, but for some odd reason, I was considering only women. How come? Sometimes becoming aware is what can help you change the way you think in your cognition, and of course, changing your behavior. The third thing each and every one of us can do is basically focus on the commonalities. Yeah, there are people that are different at you, and you can celebrate those differences, but we are much more alike than we think we are. We all share the human experience. Maybe that person that joined your company last week, that youngster that you think you have nothing in common with, maybe you have a lot in common with. Maybe you just need to talk to them to realize you're both big basketball fans. Maybe you both cheer for the Milwaukee Bucks. Maybe you both love music and enjoy the music of Pink Floyd. You won't know until you talk to them. You work at the office 5 years from now. Remember, your president just told you to create inclusive groups. You look at your group and you realize, no, I need to do better. You start walking across the room and you spot that lady that joined a few weeks earlier. She seems a bit older. Maybe she's Asian. You go there and you extend your hand and introduce yourself. You strike a conversation and decide you're going to be in the same group. And then another friend comes and you have a new group. It's a small step, but it's an important one for all of us. Each and every one of us can help turn diversity into inclusion. Thank you.